Monica Lewinsky has had it rough. Arguably, no one person in American memory has had their reputation so thoroughly, horrifically wrecked as she did. Her name, face, and clothes were paraded about as both political weapon and late-night punchline. The former White House intern avoided the spotlight for a time, but that time away allowed her to undergo an amazing transformation. Her own words. In the years following the Clinton scandal, Lewinsky tried almost everything to get her life in order, but no amount of reinvention seemed to stick. Her frustrating attempts to reclaim her reputation led her to try a public image Hail Mary in June 2014. For the first time, in her words, Lewinsky told her story and shared her reflections in the pages of Vanity Fair. Lewinsky's searing, soul-searching essay was nominated for a National Magazine Award and single-handedly changed the conversation about Lewinsky as the other woman to Lewinsky as the victim of public scrutiny. Her message played a major part in positioning herself for a new role as an advocate against bullying, in all its ugly forms. Battling depression. In her piece for Vanity Fair, Lewinsky touched upon the tragic story of Tyler Clementi, a freshman at Rutgers University who ended his own life in 2010 after a video of him kissing another man was posted on Twitter.
That we actually now have a new word in our lexicon, which is bullycide, which talks about the people who have died by suicide as a result of bullying.
Lewinsky's mother took the story especially hard, which initially confused her until Lewinsky realized her mother was reliving the worst moments of 1998. She shared, "She was replaying those weeks when she stayed by my bed night after night because I too was suicidal. The shame, the scorn, and the fear that had been thrown at her daughter left her afraid that I would take my own life, a fear that I would be literally humiliated to death." Her dating life. Given the insane amount of public humiliation she went through, one would forgive Lewinsky for avoiding the dating game. Yet to her credit, she totally dove in, but did reveal for Vanity Fair that she's guarded. "I once left a front row seat along the third baseline at a Yankees game when I learned that my date was actually in another relationship. It was only a green card marriage, but I freaked that we could be photographed together and someone might call the gossip rags. I've become adept at figuring out when men are interested in me for the wrong reasons." Her MeToo moment. In her essay for Vanity Fair, Lewinsky recounted her years of isolation during a time when understanding of relationships between powerful men and young women was not as evolved as it is today. She also revealed the hope provided by the MeToo movement. Although Lewinsky regrets the role she played in history, she now fully understands that what transpired with former President Clinton constituted what she calls a gross abuse of power. She explained, "He was my boss. He was the most powerful man on the planet. He was 27 years my senior with enough life experience to know better." Lewinsky revealed she was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder and thanked the MeToo movement for, quote, "the safety that comes from solidarity." She added, "I am in awe of the sheer courage of the women who have stood up and begun to confront entrenched beliefs and institutions." Standing up to bullying. The attention Lewinsky received from Vanity Fair has earned her multiple public speaking engagements. She now utilizes her experience to focus on the topic of bullying, shaming, and guilt. Her mission has been well received.
When this happened to me 17 years ago, there was no name for it. Now we call it cyberbullying and online harassment.
She's also been unashamed and honest about her experiences.
I've seen some very dark days in my life. It was the compassion and empathy from my family, friends, professionals, and sometimes even strangers that saved me.
Walking away. During a live interview in Jerusalem in 2018, Lewinsky walked off the stage when asked about her affair with Bill Clinton, a subject the former White House intern claimed she specifically asked the interviewer to avoid.
"I'm so sorry. I'm not going to be able to do this."
Thank you for talking.
In response, the news organization said it stood up to all of its agreements with Lewinsky, releasing a statement that read, "We believe the question asked on stage was legitimate and respectful, and one that certainly does not go beyond Ms. Lewinsky's requests and does not cross the line." Lewinsky took to Twitter to release a statement of her own, tweeting, "There were clear parameters about what we would be discussing and what we would not," and said her decision to leave the interview was because it is more important than ever for women to stand up for themselves and not allow others to control their narrative. The impeachment of Bill Clinton. Scheduled for release in November 2018, the A&E docuseries The Impeachment of Bill Clinton will reportedly take a deep dive into one of the most notorious political scandals in our nation's history. Lewinsky participated in the project, and the limited TV series will reportedly include archival footage and fresh interviews, including previously unseen footage of Lewinsky and Clinton. Director Blair Foster told Deadline that working on the project was eye-opening. "I quickly realized much of what I thought I knew was incomplete, or worse, inaccurate. The deeper I got, the clearer it became that this series is as much about the present day as it is about the 1990s. Grab your popcorn."